This is the program which will recommend the most trusted pawn shop. Welcome to Pawn Shop Talks. Good day to our loyal viewers. This is your most trusted pawn star, Daniela Reyes. For our first episode, we have a fellow Filipino who lost her job due to the pandemic. Welcome to the program, Miss Cristal Marie Aripol. What can we do for you?
Good day, Ms. Reyes. I would like to ask for a recommendation from your program. I would like to pawn one of the jewelry I kept because I lost my job due to the pandemic. And my company laid off employees and I was one of the unlucky ones. What do you think is the most reliable pawn shop in our country?
Don't worry, Miss Aripol, you are in the right program. That's why I would recommend you the largest non-financial bank provider, Cebuana Lhuillier.
May Cebuana Lhuillier na pwede mong lakarin. May malapit sa lugar na di mo akalain. Sa liblib ng gubat, batis o talon, sa taas ng bundok, kahit saan meron. Saan ka man lumalok o sulok ng bansa, sa malapit na Cebuana pera mo'y ipadala. Pinaghirapang kita, tagapagad ng pamilya. Saan ka man magpunta, may makikitang Cebuana.
Tara na sa Cebuana!
But before we proceed, let me give you just a little background. Let's do the Cebuanalysis. Cebuana Lhuillier Pawn Shop is handled by PJ Lhuillier Incorporated. It was established in 1988. They launched their first branch in Cebu as Agenda Cebuana in 1997. After a year, they adopted Cebuana Lhuillier as their trade name. In 2000, its 700th branch was opened and was recognized as the largest chain of pawn shop in the world by Guinness World of Record. 2006, they widened the service from pawning to another non-collateralized microloans. They offer pawning, international remittance and domestic money remittance, bills payment, electric load, unit to account, collections and corporate payout, service, banking, retail, and microinsurance.
Bonakid ka, girl.
Cebuana Lhuillier redefined microfinance here in the Philippines through their innovations that highlights their reputation. This also led into acquiring and serving 30 million clients. Their services, too many Filipinos have taken the initiative to introduce an easy and effective way for Filipinos to save. They're one of the leading largest non-financial service provider here in the Philippines with 2,500 branches and heartfelt services and their commitment to nurture market-leading businesses. Philippines' leading and largest non-financial bank services provider, Cebuana Lhuillier is the main core of PJ Lhuillier Incorporated. They also successfully positioned their company as the Philippines as ultimate one-stop financial solution provider. Aside from their advocates increasing and growing their business, one of the most advocates is the nationwide scholarship grants and the Alternative Learning Center, the development of youth in terms of sports. The Happiest Pinoy is one of the famous programs of Cebuana which focusing on the youth, sports, and education.
In this industry, they were the first users of SMS. They are the pioneer of sending expiry notice. Another first in the industry, the pawning business introduced a loyalty award program which they called 24K Reward Program. In year 2015, they received a CLIS obtained ISO 9001-2008 certification. In year 2016, SME and micro-entrepreneurs decided to form a Cebuana Lhuillier Marketing Services Incorporation. Despite of the COVID-19 pandemic, the said business didn't stop to reach 30 million clients through its 2,500 branches with 20,000 domestic partners and 17 million physical and virtual touchpoints.
I agree with that. Wow, you have knowledge of their history. To get to know Cebuana better, here is Mr. Luis Antonio Cruz for Mission and Vision. Mr. Cruz?
Hi, good day everyone. This is Luis Antonio Cruz, and let me tell you something about our company. Our company's mission is, we are your most trusted financial partner. And our company's vision is, we will empower Filipinos through financial services anytime and anywhere.
Now let's move on to the board of panels. And it will be discussed by none other than Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz, it's your turn again.
With clients, Cebuana Lhuillier's commitment is always to provide you, our valued clients, and the highest standards of client experience. We aspire to provide the best client experience every time you transact with us at every channel and through every employee to feel that you are a kaibigan ka Cebuana. We shall give you due respect and attention in every service interaction with the company. Aim to cultivate a lasting relationship. We shall treat each transaction as a starting point for a lasting relationship by creating a positive first impression and continuously engaging with you after every transaction.
And that's Mr. Cruz. For the last time, thank you. For products and services, here is Miss Jessa on TIC. Miss Jessa?
I am Jessa Ituntik, and here are the products and services of Cebuana. First is Towel. Here it involves the jewelry, accessories, and gadgets changing to money. Remember, 18 years old above can be qualified. Next is money transfer. Here in Cebuana, money transfer, they call it pera padala. They can send money through another branch or partnership available abroad and locally. The third is insurance. Here, help Filipinos to avail financial services. Here in Cebuana, they offer insurance for employee who has a minimum wages and they call it micro-insurance and can avail financial services to minimize their bills for emergency. Next is banking. He can be under micro-saving, then he can be also under Cebuana Lhuillier Rural Bank. The micro-saving has a maximum deposit which is 50,000 pesos, but in a rural bank, there is a maximum deposit of about 500,000, but it is secured by the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation. Next is foreign exchange. Here, your dollar change into peso or your peso change into dollar. Next is bills payment. Here, you can pay bills to PLDT, Meralco, and etc. The best thing here in Cebuana is that you can now pay through online. Next is loan payment. If you have a loan in another lending company and if it's partner of Cebuana, you can also pay it through Cebuana. Next is e-loan. Here, when you loan, you will pay no charge and your points in 24 card convert into loan. The last one is Cebuana 24 card. Offered to speed up the transaction, you can use when you withdraw or deposit money in Cebuana. Here are the example of Cebuana 24 card.
Well, thank you for that, Ms. Auntie. Happy as Pinoy is a nationwide campaign of Cebuana Lhuillier that aims to rekindle the value of optimism and the hope of their fellow Filipinos.
So, what about the growth of the pawn shop here in the Philippines?
Well, nice question, huh? Well, in that case, I have someone to introduce to, since she knows the growth
and the pawn shop status here in the Philippines, I introduce to you Miss Kyla Marie Palomares. I'm Kyla Marie B. Palomares. To answer the question from Daniela Reyes, the increasing number of pawn shops in the Philippines and the growing activities and opportunities for pawn shop businesses has grown much beyond expectations. According to GMA Online, pawn shops in the Philippines have seen a spectacular growth. It has been largely attributed to the role that pawn shops are using to fill in the demand that is not being filled by the banks. Because of the operations of pawn shops, many developing countries like Philippines feel the need of the poor to low-income households. That increased the competition in the credit market. According to the study of Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, only 2 out of 10 Filipinos have access to the banking service. Also, Buenaventura said that pawn shops are as good as ATM machines. Many Filipinos say pawning is the most convenient way to borrow money as compared as bank loans procedures. But according to Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, it obtains unsatisfactory statements continuously about pawn shops. Also, Sotaro said that there are 5 serious problems in pawn shops. First is the acceptance of fake or placed jewelries. Second, the unwillingness of pawners to accept lower appraisal. Third, reasonable complaints of pawners after redeeming the pawned articles. Fourth, the 90 days notice prior to action sale did not reach the pawners. And last, over-appraisal of pawned items. But even if there are unsatisfactory statement from Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Cebuana Lhuillier, the leading pawn shop, held 1 million Filipinos with their Kaya Na and Bank Filipinos No More campaign.
Thank you, Ms. Palomares. Before this program ends, I would like to thank Ms. Ericol for trusting our program. To our panelists, Mr. Luis Antonio Cruz, Ms. Jessa Ontiz, and Ms. Kyla Marie Palomares. And of course, thank you, fellow pawners. This is your pawn star, Daniela Reyes, and here ends the Pawn Shop Talks.